What's up, everybody? Good morning. Let me just share that we are live. I'll be with you guys in a couple moments. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look what's going on in the market. So you guys can see price broke out of the symmetrical triangle, went up to resistance around that 28.50, came back down, retested support right between the 9 EMA and the 13 EMA, kind of forming a hammer right now. So we'll see if support holds, possibly moves up today. So we shall see. Again, right now it's currently holding support. So let's take a look what's on our watch list, see what we're going to watch. Again, it wasn't the greatest watch list this weekend because, again, this indecision. So there wasn't, I don't think, much that I was loving very much. Again, because of that down day on Friday. So today we will see on torque, you have kind of this almost this double bottom, or even a triple bottom. Kind of really jumped up, came right back down. Again, a bit overextended, watching for a potential continuation day. There's resistance between $15 to $16. Don't love it right now. It's a bit overextended, but I have that in the peripheral. Again, I have a watch list that I watch at open, and then also one that just kind of continues out throughout the morning and the day. So NR, want to see again if this one could get above that 1075 area. Then some resistance between 11 to 1165. So watch for potential continuation. Again, on this one, big, huge bullish candle. Not much volume right now, but watch for again for some potential continuation. Again, not loving it, but I like that one a little bit better than torque. CVSI. This one we're seeing if it can get above that 277 area for possible continuation up to that $3-ish area. See if it can break above $3. So you see kind of this cup and kind of handle pattern right here. So you can see kind of a handle formation right here. Handle, cup, handle. Watch for this one for some potential continuation. I like the pattern on this one. See if it can go and break out above $3. This may be setting up, so we'll I like that one a little bit better. So that one I'm going to look a little bit more closely at, CVSI. See if it can break out of that handle. SOI, another one that's kind of a double bottom. Bottom here, bottom here. Look if this can get above that $15 range. Get above that the 50 SMA. Again, these ones that are over 10 bucks, I don't usually trade them as much. So I like to put some of the higher price ones on because some of you guys don't like penny stocks per se. So let me put some higher price ones on there as well. So SOI and NR look a little bit better right now than torque. All right, so let's look at frac. Frac is another one. possible reversal. See if we can get above that 1327-ish range. And then between 1350 to 1375. Again, a higher priced one. One to keep an eye on. Not really digging it. Again, over 10 bucks. I'm not really looking at trading those ones. Pump, another one, kind of a double bottom. See if we can get above that $16 range. Resistance right around that 1667-ish marker. So kind of another double bottom. See if we can get above that 50 SMA. AOBC. Seeing if the buyers come back in here. This one might be a dip buy. If this thing, again, it's been really selling off, super oversold. Want to see if the buyers come in right here and can prop this thing up. So this is one for a possible dip buy I'd like to watch. So AOBC might be one if the buyers come in to hold support. Again, this thing just keeps failing, so I'll watch maybe a possible reversal formation setting up. So that one I would like to keep an eye on. See if it can get some volume. And then, guys, AWX. Everybody's talking about this piece of garbage. Again, I don't know anything about this stock, but guys, don't be surprised if this is the next HMNY, pumps and dumps. Right here, look at all-time highs right up here. Right here. All the way up. I mean, come on, $36. What a piece of garbage stock. It's gonna dump at some point, guys. I mean, again, don't hold me to it, but it's just, these are, it's a low float stock. I mean, don't be surprised to see this thing just completely dump. It's already forming kind of an FU, almost an FU pattern, but double top right here, pre-market. Top here, top here. I mean, garbage. So, I don't know. I'm only going to have AWX on here just to kind of watch this thing just because it's crazy, but I wouldn't get myself trapped in that stupid thing. So, right now I'm kind of liking CVSI, maybe AOBC for a dip buy. Let's take a look at trade ideas, if anything's worth watching right now. Reverse split, SSLJ. Ping. Drink. I said garbage because it is garbage. All right, so look at right here. SSLJ, there's a gap right around that 302. So it's holding right, this candle right at that 20 EMA right now, right around that 198. There's a 228 pre-market high. So SSLJ would be one to watch and see if it can go up and complete and fill this gap just above $3. So it's one to keep an eye on. SSLJ. Just looking at MYND, not much fun. It's a weird pattern right now. This might be a 5-cent spread stock. Let me see. No, I guess not. Maybe keep an eye on this one right here. Pattern's a little bit weird right now. DRRX. Let me take a look at that one. Kind of a big cup and almost handle pattern right here. This one may be trying to break out of that handle. Let me see. There's news on it. You guys can see kind of a handle. Kind of a cup, big handle. Pattern's very sloppy right now. Keep an eye on it to the side. So I think what I'm going to look at is SSLJ for a possible move to fill this gap right up in here. And either CVSI or AOBC. Maybe CVSI from the watch list. Another kind of cup right here, handle. See if we can get above that 280 marker. Then maybe go and break out above that 297 possibly. Need some volume, obviously. So I'm going to look at CVSI and SSLJ and then see what else pops up. Pattern's not looking great right now. Kind of almost a head and left shoulder area. So we'll see if it can continue upwards. Get some moving average crossovers up over in here for some possible continuation. CVSI. Again, not many people are going to be watching CVSI right now because everybody's going to be distracted on what's moving on the low floaters. So we'll get a combination of a trade ideas one and a higher float one. So we're going to watch CVSI and SSLJ. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, we turn off chat because all of our chatting is done in our trade rooms. You guys can see up here we have a day trade room, swing trade room, futures room. If you are not a member yet, just click subscribe and you will see we are only, well, I'm not logged in. $10 a month. I am logged in, so why is that saying that? Oh wait, here we go, right here. $10 a month. So you guys can come join us. We're $10 a month, $99 a year. Again, if you guys have been watching us recently, we are going to be raising our membership rates in the next few weeks. Again, if you're paying $9.99 or $99, you'll be locked in. Don't worry, no need to message us. We will take care of you. You'll be grandfathered in, all of that good stuff. If you're new and you're following us and you're not a member yet, I would sign up soon so you could lock in at $10 a month before we up our prices to something more. So that's my pitch for today, and that's what I got. So we will watch and see what happens. You can see SSLJ kind of moving up now. See if you can go and break above that 228-ish marker. And CVSI poking right here above that 282. See if that can get some volume and move up. Wow, nice job, Red. All right, looks like opening bell, 9:30. And we are off. There goes SSLJ. Again, careful. If you guys are new and you're a new trader, you got to be very careful buying at the opening range, right? Give it 2 or 3 minutes to shake out and choose a pattern. Don't buy something just because it breaks pre-market high, because many times this thing will go up and crash right back down. You got to watch the pattern hold. Very important. So at this point, we're going to watch and see with both CVSI and SSLJ if price can get above right here and hold on 228 and hold maybe bull flag. Right now it's a little bit wacky over here. And CVSI, I want to see if it can get above 282 and hold. So basically this 282 area and this 228 area are important. But when the market opens, guys, it's very important. A lot of times it just gets very wacky, right? Got to give it a few minutes to play out and form patterns, because super important to watch patterns. Very, very, very important. So with SSLJ right here, maybe bull flagging. It's a little bit wacky right now. This is where you got to be careful. You'll see it just gets that real quick bounce and it flies. So you have to be super quick if you're trading this one. CVSI, not looking so hot, but it still kind of has this cup and handle-ish pattern even intraday. If it starts failing moving average lines, it won't be so hot. But it kind of has it, again, cup and handle on the daily and on the intraday chart. So we'll see if this can hold and possibly go up, or if it's going to dump. Watch for potential reversal right here on SSLJ. Kind of doing a shooting star. Great job, Dan. This is Dan's Dan loves these crazy ones. That's why you got to be quick, guys, right? Within 3 minutes. Up, up, in, out. Now watching right here, there it goes. See that? Right here on CVSI. See that real quick? This bam, bam. But now it's right back down here again. So got to let these play out. Now watch here on SSLJ. This may be forming a bull flag. You know, kind of a little bit wacky of one. See if it can hold. Right now it's a little bit... got more selling pressure. But it may, again, you know, watch if this 9 EMA will catch up, give you a possible entry on a 1 minute. I don't like this right now. It's a little bit wacky. But gonna watch this one. Again, this support, this 228 area, very, very important. Not looking so hot right now in SSLJ. Basically almost like an FU pattern right here, or head and shoulders. Pumps right up, dump right back down. Now price needs to hold this 228 area. Get this 9 EMA instead of trading sideways. Needs to start curling up and pushing price up. Looking at the ones on the watch list, still struggling with some volume on them, so you can see not much volume. CVSI is slowly climbing. Like to see it get more. But again, still holding that 9 EMA. See if it gets some volume and push up over that 280s marker. Again, kind of, the handle's a little bit messy now intraday, but on a daily, you guys can see it's kind of breaking out of that handle on the daily. So now you want to see it continue up, push out, and see if it can get above that 297 marker. I'm gonna move CVSI over now. I'm not liking SSLJ anymore right now. Seeing right now on a 5-minute. Yeah, don't like the pattern. I don't like that high wave candle on CVSI. Not looking so hot. Needs to get above, but again, these high wave candles get very, very messy. So we'll keep that peripherally on watch. This candle messes everything up. So let's take a look at MYND. This one is moving up at the moment. Let's take a look. C needs to get above that 237. Let's take a look at resistance. On a daily, look out for that 269 or this 268 marker, that 200 SMA. This has definitely got a history of pumping. Now these diagonal ones right here, you can you got to be careful with these and also be aware of 250 as well. But be careful of these diagonal bull flags. They get a little bit messy sometimes. Like you get these wicks like this, these spinning top candles. So they can easily reverse or they can go up as well. But so you got to be careful with these, this indecision. It's easier to trade bull flags when they go up and then pull back, right? When they kind of go up diagonally this way, it gets a little bit messy. So watch here, may give you a pullback a little bit for an entry. Real quick, it's moving up. 250, see that? Right at the 250, goes up. It's got that indecision. These ones, again, they get a little bit tricky to trade. So you can kind of draw your trend line like this. All right. You can see here's kind of got your trend line going like this. So now if it starts to fail it, you got to watch out. And right here, right around that 250-ish area, be careful. CVSI, maybe trying to move up here now. Getting some volume. Needs to hold that 281. I see that kind of goes right up here, right back down. Right up here above that 281, right back down. So needs to get above that 281, 282 area. Yeah, we have a lot of static in the background because I have multiple fans and air conditionings going. So that's why you're hearing static in the background. Yeah, the futures is right here, guys. If you look at futures, definitely it went from green to red. You got to be careful. Again, guys, this is going to cause a lot of this garbage that you see over here on these stocks. So that's why it's best to let things play out sometimes for a few minutes and look for these patterns. Again, SSLJ. You know, it's just, you know, pumped and then dumped, right? CVSI got this high wave candle, indecision. Not much volume on these. Let's look at DRRX. Yeah, not looking so hot. Let me go to morning scan bearish. Let me see if there's anything selling off. Frac might be one to keep an eye on. Needs a little bit more volume, but this one might be slowly moving up. It's got some resistance right of that 1391-ish area. I was looking right here peripherally that it might be kind of bull flagging, or it might kind of have like a bull pennant forming right here. So this one might be interesting to watch. You guys see this right here? Kind of a bull pennant as of right now. See if it can go and break out of this pennant, get above that 1391 area, and then some resistance around that $14 range as well. So this is one, again, where you're looking for these patterns, whereas, you know, again, slowly building volume, not many people paying attention to it, but it's got kind of a bullish pattern. See if it can hold and break out. Again, a little bit overextended on the 5 minute, but it's better than seeing, like, you know, you guys see, this is just, it's a mess right now for CVSI on SSLJ. I mean, this pattern's a mess right now. I mean, very difficult, messy pattern right now. NR needs some volume. That one's moving up, but it needs to gain some volume on a breakout. I'm going to put FRAC over to the side right now, and let's take a look at some other ones. Yeah, Raph, no, I just have the, it's weird. I have a combination of I hate AC, I prefer fans. AC would give you guys better sound quality with less static, but I hate AC. So I'm kind of like, you guys can deal with the static so I'm not freezing. But if it gets too annoying, I'll just put the AC on. Let me take a look at ENPH. So EMPH going red to green. Might be setting up for a possible reversal. I'd look at $6 resistance. If it can get above this 20 EMA, watch up for $6. So this one might be one to watch. ENPH. Also be aware, kind of a double bottom here, 581 as well. Resistance at 200 SMA. And needs to get above this 568-ish area here. So now you have kind of a double bottom on the hourly. EMPH is definitely one to keep an eye on right now. No, I have a that's funny. I do have a Dyson fan next to me. That is the quiet one. You know what, guys? Watch this. This will be better. Watch. That should be a little bit better. Is that better for sound for you guys? There goes FRAC breaking out. Now it needs to hold this 13. See that? Broke out of the symmetrical triangle. 1380. Needs to get above 1390, then $14. Is that better, more quiet for you guys? Dan makes fun of me because, watch, keep an eye on this, guys, right here. Kind of a cup and handle-ish pattern right here. Kind of bull flagging on the 1 minute. See if it can hold. And possible continuation up. Let's see the 5 minute. Again, double bottom on the hourly. Bottom needs to get above that 566 and 580 resistance. So yeah, so that's better sound for you guys. So I'm a white noise fan. I really like white noise, and I have this gigantic, if you can see back there, a really huge like industrial fan in the background. That thing's like a big Lowe's special. So Dan jokes, but I have like a big like warehouse industrial fan in my bedroom. Careful right here. 1380s rejecting. So you kind of have a bull flag, kind of this handle right here on the 1 minute. So yeah, Dan talks about, so let me talk stocks for a minute. I'll show you. Needs to hold this 566, 67 area. Needs the 9 EMA to catch up, push it up, and then resistance between 580 and $6. Right here, you have possible reversal setting up right here on a 5 minute. You have that kind of shooting star pattern. Yeah, so I have an industrial fan in my bedroom because I just like it. I like it better, but it's not good for live stream. So now what you hear over here to my left is my Dyson fan that's quiet, and then my AC downstairs. So glad the sound's better. All right, so CVSI, now it's moving up. CVSI. So now this one's getting above that high wave candle. Needs 285 to hold. Gets a little bit sloppy right up in here. But if 285 holds, look out for 297, that big cup and handle on the daily. Keep an eye on this pattern right here. Needs to get above this 285 and hold 297. So it's kind of getting out of this handle right now. Again, it's a bit overextended. We'd rather you weren't live streaming for your bedroom. Yeah, right? And so right here on EMPH, this big double bottom, it's kind of moving up here. It's holding this 567 area, needs it to hold. Again, it's a bit overextended on the 5 minute. So if this can hold, this might have some continuation and then resistance at that 200 EMA or SMA around 580 and then $6. So ENPH, good hourly pattern. Might be bull flagging on a 1 minute. It's still so it's got this kind of cup and handle pattern, but you got to be careful with these. Sometimes they'll just go and they'll sell off if they don't break out. So got to keep an eye on this one right here. CVSI, there it goes on the up 289. Oh, let me go back to the 1 minute. So now this one's moving up a little bit. Needs, again, this 9 EMA to catch up on the 1 minute and push price up. Remember, 297 resistance. You can, oh boy, Raph is going to get me going. You can always live stream from Bali like the others. LMAO. That's funny you said that. I was talking to Dan that, oh, there we go. Come on, EMPH. Catch up. Move up. Kind of has that ascending triangle. See if it can break out. Catch up. So remember, 297 resistance on CVSI, around 580-ish or so resistance on ENPH. Lucian, can you start live streaming with these half-naked Instagram models? You'll get more viewers. You know, you guys are really going to get me going today, aren't you? Oh, man. We were talking about doing I had this idea that I think so watch CVSI rejecting at 289, coming back down, watch 285 support. I was thinking of doing a spoof video on Bali someday. Like maybe I was actually thinking of getting like maybe just carb load up for a couple months, get like a good man gut. I kind of have one already, but like get a really good one. And then maybe go like super like no tan to Bali. And just like really get out of shape, go to Bali, and then like do a whole spoof video and like taking my shirt off, doing Instagram, like kind of make it funny and stuff like that, and maybe do like a whole spoof video on Bali someday. That could be our big ticket, guys. You know, screw talking about the stock market. Get a good viral video making fun at Bali. Get 100 million views on it and make people laugh. And then that's our ticket, right? Guru Lucian needs no models. Yeah, I need to stay away from that stuff. I ain't into that. I ain't into getting into trouble like that. Trade live from Bridgeport. Yeah, Bridgeport's only about an hour and a half from me. That'd be fun. So EMPH still has this cup and handle trading sideways. Let's see on the 5 minute. Struggling right now. Again, bit overextended on the 5 minute. This thing could easily pull back. Kind of has like a shooting star pattern right now on a 5 minute. Now on CVSI, breaking out. Now high of day is 289. Got to be careful of this 285 area. Let's look at a 5 minute. 5 minutes got tweezer tops. This thing can go, and this you gotta be careful. Right now it's got tweezer tops. It can go and break above. But remember, 297 resistance. Maybe holding here on the 1 minute. Needs to go and break out above 289. Remember, 287 resistance. EMPH got some indecision. This may be bull flagging, but has to be careful. Again, 580 resistance. Needs this 567 to hold. Facebook getting crushed again. Let me take a look. So if you guys draw your trend lines, excuse me, on Facebook, again, buyers came in before right around this 150s area. You can see some support right just around 165-ish area. So watch for potential buyers to come in at some point, unless it just fails. But again, you also have this one. So if this 165-ish area angular or angular support fails, then look out for this 150-ish area. Let's take a look at RDHL. So RDHL has a big kind of double bottom slash cup and handle on the daily. So double bottom. So you can see bottom, bottom. Then you got kind of a cup and a handle. So a big cup, kind of a handle. At 1087-ish marker, or 85. It's pulling back. Oh, that's on a weekly. Let me go to the daily. Kind of another, yeah, still again, cup and handle. So now we can extend this handle out here now. All right, so there's your cup and your handle. Rejected just below that $11 marker. And it's bear flagging right now. Kind of has a descending triangle-ish pattern as well. Might try to reverse right here. 1010 resistance. Or 1010 needs to get above that area. And then you have resistance at the moving average lines. Let's see on the 1 minute. Maybe trying to get above. It can get above that 1009 range. Might have a chance up to the 50, around that 1050-ish range. Again, market's looking very sloppy right now, too. It's red on the day. Yeah, I'm not digging RDHL at the moment. CVSI, not looking so hot either. Bunch of garbaccio today. Garbage. SOI, no volume. Yeesh. Right now would be a good time in Bali right now. At least you guys would get a better view in the background, right? Makes me wonder. I saw a meme. It was kind of funny. I saw it yesterday. It was a meme of like something to do with Bali or tropical islands, and it's all the girls' boyfriends taking the pictures. So it was like all these girls like sitting in the water like pondering, and it's got their boyfriends in the backgrounds like taking pictures of them. So it was kind of like this meme of like some tropical island, and there's like all these girls like sitting in like in the water, and they were pondering life sitting in the water with their boyfriends all taking photos of them. So I wonder if that's what it's like in Bali. SSJLJ. Let's take a look at that one. Still very messy. You know, right here, it's trying to creep above that pre-market high around that 227-ish range. Let's go to the 1 minute. Possible. Trying to move up. Again, you got to be very careful. These moving average lines are crossing now. It needs to get above that 228 and then push up. Again, it's got all this to contend with up here. CVSI might be still trying to hold. Let's go back over to that one. So you can see, let me reset my drawings here. So high of day, 289. Draw my trend line up over here. Kind of like that. And now I want to see if it can go and break above that 289. You can see it's still kind of holding. The pattern's a little bit messy. Want to see it hold this 285 right here and continue up, get above that 289 area. And then remember, 297 is that yearly high, which was right on the daily right over here. So see if it can go and get above that 297. Remember, it's a little bit overextended on the daily. It's kind of a higher float stock. Cup and handle-ish on the daily. So watching to see if this thing will go at some point and break above that 297 area. But again, $3 also resistance. Where is it on weekly? Man, it might look to break weekly highs as well. That thing could run if it breaks 297. Pump and dump. On 1 minute now, you might have a cup and handle right here on a 1 minute on SSLJ. See if it can hold, and the 9 EMA will catch and push it up. See if it can get above that 234-ish area. So kind of a cup and kind of a handle on a 1 minute. See if it can go and break out. Again, daily resistance at 269. Kind of a bit messy of a pattern. So they're both a little bit messy right now. Again, market is red on the day. Not looking so hot. Yeah, SLJ may be trying, but again, it's showing, you know, it's showing some weakness at this point. So kind of have the handle right here. Needs to go and break out above that handle. So you got a cup, kind of a handle, but it's also within this like ugly looking, I don't even know what you want to call this, somewhat of a triangle pattern. It's got all this garbage to deal with up here. Right here, CVSI maybe creeping. Want to see these moving average lines separate a little bit and get above this 289, 297 resistance. And there you go at the dump on SSLJ. All right, let me move CVSI over here. I don't like SSLJ. Still a little bit choppier over here. Let me look at a 5 minute. Yeah, it's still creeping. It's got to deal with all this garbage over in here. It needs to get above that 289 area, 297 resistance. And it's got these indecision candles right here right now, which makes it a little bit difficult to trade. Let me go over here and see if there's any other ones to look at. So So it kind of has this, like, again, with CVSI kind of doing an ascending triangle right here. Kind of has a flat top, so if it can get above that 289, kind of has, again, that flat top area right up in here, kind of this up, down, right here, ascending triangle. Let's look at some of these other ones here. MYND. Kind of had this ascending triangle, but it has this one wick right here that really screws this up. I'm not digging that pattern right now. CRMD. No. Nope. Take a look at the for use. Let's see. It's on daily highs for the year. You can see some resistance right around that $3. So be careful of $3 resistance on UUUU. See if it can get above $3. So watch for resistance of UUUU. The 4U's continues up. Watch for $3 resistance. CVSI still holding, a bit choppy as well. Pump, not a lot of volume on pump, but this one might be holding. You can see on a 5-minute here, might be holding the $16 range right here. Resistance at about, or high a day, 1623. So pattern hasn't been great, but maybe trying to hold right here, the 9 EMA and the 5-minute. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Kind of a double bottom pattern. If you can get above that 1630s range, it has some potential to go up to that 1670s-ish range. So this one might be one to keep an eye on if it can hold the 9 EMA and push up. Don't love the pattern right now, though. I'd like to see a better pattern. CVSI still struggling. You guys can see, like, I'm going through these patterns right now. I'm trying to see in the day these patterns. Now again, MYND getting near up here. Again, very choppy on the 5-minute. It's holding. It has to get above that 255 range. Remember, it's a bit overextended. The pattern's not great. Maybe forming an ascending triangle, but remember, it's super overextended on the 5-minute. Let's go to a 1-minute. Again, it's breaking out at 238, but it's going up real quick, and now it's coming right back down. So you have to be so quick on these ones. That's why it's super important to look at the patterns, right? You know, it's a half hour into the market. Watch what patterns are forming, and then kind of drill down. You know, so MYND, I don't like the pattern on a 5-minute. Too choppy. CRMD, don't like it. Tate, too messy and overextended. Like to see it pull back on a 5-minute. See if it can pull back, maybe form a bull flag. Let's see on Tate. It's just a little bit too weird for me. I don't like that one. Nope. 9 EMA in the 5 minute with UUU needs to catch up a little bit for a possible, see if it can go and get above that $3 range. It's a bit overextended in the 5 minute, needs to pull back a little bit. Now EMPH did get above that 580s. So now I'd reset and watch this one potentially. Needs to get above $6. And this was your one little kind of pullback right here. Your one little bull flag right above that 580 marker. Now watch if this bull flags again and can get above $6. Let's see, where's... Yeah, so he has some resistance right in the 620s range. So this one may have some potential... Still some movement up. Let's see. Again, bit overextended. 580 support. And then you might have right around the 620s range. Previous close right over in here. So you have kind of a double bottom now on a 5 minute. So this one, if it can go and break $6, there's some resistance around 620s. So I might move this one over and look at it. CVSI is just a little bit too messy for me right now. EMPH, liking the look of that a little bit better. So EMPH, you have a double bottom, bottom. It's above 580s right now. See if it can give you an entry again on a 5 minute, really overextended. Like to see it pull back a little bit. It's tougher to trade these when these bull flags go up diagonally like that, so I'd like to see ideally more of a pullback. You may not get it, right? So that's what you got to determine. Am I going to look at the 5 minute, or are you going to trade it on a 1 minute? Again, resistance right at $6, needs to get at over $6 on a 1 minute. Let's take a look at it. You know, it's again, it's both overextended on a 1 minute and a 5 right now, so you got to be very careful on one like this. Yeah, let's take a look at good old AWX. Ay. AWX halted on the way down. Ugh. Stay far away from this piece of garbage, guys. When it's up to like that, I mean, you know, like when you're playing it back here, when it's around $3 or $4, $6 range, you know, of course, you know, then you can go in and trade and try to scalp in there. But when it gets over $10 and it gets crazy, guys, why risk your account? And I mean, look at this. This thing's gonna do. You guys remember the other one that was like this, HMNY, right? I mean, look at this thing. Pumps up and it just completely dumps. It wasn't $9,000. I think it got I don't even know, 36 or $100, something crazy. But again, it's gonna like, don't chase it when it's way up there. You know, if you're chasing it, you know, trading it, you know, right in here, then yeah, obviously be super careful. Don't just trade it. But if you're a new trader, this is where you're just going to completely, totally blow up your account. You're going to listen to some guru talking about how they're making money on AWX because they're scalping in and out in 10 and 15 seconds before a halt. And then meanwhile, you're going to buy, you know, take your $20,000 trading account and buy 1,000 shares because you think it's going to the moon. And you're going to buy it $20 and the thing's going to dump and you're going to blow up your account. You know, that's what happens with new traders. Again, remember up here, guys, we're going to give another lesson again right here. You know, I could see newbies buying in the pre-market out here. Again, if you're new, don't be buying in the pre-market. It's very, very difficult buying in the pre-market. Because you don't know what's going to happen at open. You know, here it could have sucked you into thinking it was an ascending triangle, and then boom, traps you up here, and then at the open, you know, you could be like, oh my God, pre-market AWX was at $36. I got to buy it right now because it's at $15. Let me buy it on a dip, right? Well, no, it's a pump and dump. So, you know, you got to be careful with this. Right now, it looks crappy. Bear flagging, garbage, pump and dump. Ugh. But it's over. You know, again, if this thing reverses, maybe gives you a trade, possibly. But again, guys, like this thing's a super low float stock. It's over $10. It's in no man's land. You're gonna get caught up and down in halts. It's not worth it. Don't risk your account. Torque. Torque is slowly moving up. Maybe doing a red to green move here. See if it can hold above that. You can see kind of a cup, maybe a handle forming. Let's look at the daily. It's got to get above that 1490s range. Want to see, again, if it can hold and stay red to green, and then ideally get above that 1490s. ENPH, what is this doing? So watch right here, see if this thing will give you a little bit of a pullback here on a 5-minute. Watch and see if that 9 EMA can catch up. May not. Again, it has this big double bottom, or bottom here. Super overextended. You want to see this thing get above $6. So maybe this will give you a pullback on a 5-minute for a possible bull flag entry. Needs to get above $6 and then 620 resistance. What I like about these is at least you can see patterns, right? I can see a bottom. I can see how it broke out down here. I can see a bull flag moves up. Small little pullback here. Again, a little bit overextended, but you can see that one little pullback. Pulls up over here. Now it's kind of diagonal bull flagging. I like to see it pull back a little bit, but many times you don't get a pullback. It just dumps. SSLJ, maybe trying to reverse. Let's take a look. $269 resistance, needs to hold that 234, 232 area. Let's take a look at 1 minute. Kind of a double bottom breakout. Now watch if it can bull flag and hold here. Again, 269 resistance. Watch if there's a retest around that 234 for a possible bull flag continuation. But be careful, this thing could easily tweezer top and dump. Right now it's tweezer topping on a 1 minute. Don't get too greedy, guys. Watch out for SSLJ breaking out, coming back down. You can see tweezer tops on a 1 minute. Needs to hold 233. Remember, it's got to contend with all of this right over in here. So when it's breaking out, it's got to contend with this big freaking high wave 1 minute candle. Right out, right back down. Now what? You have tweezer tops on a 1 minute. What's it going to do? Now watch and see. Will it form a bull flag and possible continuation up? Needs to hold right here. Needs to hold and push up, right? Nice play on SOI. In at 502, out at 518. Thanks, Lucian, for teaching these patterns. Learning every day. Freddie, awesome job, buddy. I'll take a look at SOI, see what you're looking at. Don't like this EMPH setup right now. It's looking a little bit bearish right now. You're welcome. Don't like to see that. I like to see this right down here, those smaller candles, not this. Now at this point, watch it reset, see if you can get a couple small little candles or if the pattern's done. Now right here on SSLJ, need this 9 EMA to catch up. You have kind of a double bottom, but remember it's got this 269 area. It's going to struggle it in here, so this needs the 9 EMA to catch up and push price up. I'm going to move SSLJ over. See that, guys? That's not what you like to... You don't want to see this. It's not what you want to see. You guys see that? Look, remember what I just highlighted before? on 1 minute, I highlighted this. When I go to a 5 minute, what do you see? The entire wick of that 5 minute candle. All of this indecision is struggling based upon this wick right here. So this is like where it gets very hairy. Let's take a look at SOI and see what Freddie did. Oh wow, he traded. Be careful on SOI with volume. Great trade, but got to be careful because there was not much volume, only 66,000. But this is the stuff you're looking for, guys. You're looking for these bull flags, right? So great eye. Just got to be careful because not a lot of volume. You need more volume. But, you know, this is what you're basically what you're looking at. If you're at 1502 or 502, wait, did you say SOI? Freddie, which one did you say? You said SOI? I'm looking at SOI now. Did you mean 502? I'm wondering if he means 502. 502 is probably right in here. So if you're looking at a break above 1502, I'm thinking he's meaning 1502. So kind of this bull flag above 15 bucks. Okay, cool. So if you have this bull flag above 15 bucks, so then you got in at 5, I think he meant 1502. So right in here, and then out at 1518. So it looks like this candle shook him out a little bit, which I would understand. Probably got it right here. So if that's the case, that's a great eye. You took profits, right? You could beat yourself up and say, oh man, I should have stayed in. It's still going. But you took your profits, right? Yeah, 1502. 1502 to 1518. That's a 16-cent move. You can't, guys, don't. That's where a lot of people will beat themselves up saying they didn't take profit or they took profits too early. It's going to happen. Don't beat yourself up over that. Again, so a little bit risky taking this trade because the volume was so low, but a great eye on getting in above, right above that $15 range, right in here. Kind of that ascending triangle, broke out a little bit. Look for the pullback right here as it pulled back on a 1 minute, and then kind of rode it. Again, the volume was just very light, and then took profits out here, probably in that, you know, again, a bit overextended on a 1 minute, watching it pull back. That's a nice trade. Next time I would just say just be careful, make sure it gets a little bit more volume. And right here, it was the double kind of a double bottom-ish. Not perfect. A bottom here. Got in right at the break of that $15 psychological marker. This area of resistance. So, nice trade, man. And now there you go. It's kind of just... like to see it get some volume, but at least now you can just draw your trend line, right? It's kind of like your trend line right here. Don't even need to draw the trend line at this point because it kind of is moving with the 9 and the 13. So it's kind of right in the trend line. Nice trade. And CVSI just went and moved out. Let's take a look at CVSI. Remember 297 resistance. You have kind of this ascending triangle, flat top breakout above that 289. Be careful, 297 resistance. Let's look at a 5 minute. So it was building, again, very overextended, but it did break out above that 289. Be careful right here. Might be setting up tweezer tops at the moment. Got to watch and see. But again, you can see, guys, these are at least this is what you're at least looking for. You're looking for these patterns, right? On a 5 minute, you had a nice ascending triangle. Again, didn't break out that high, 289 to 294. Not the greatest, but just kind of trying to show you guys what you're looking for, these patterns. You know, right here, kind of a bull flag right here, moves up, pulls back near the moving average lines, kind of a bull flag. Again, the only difference on SOI that I'd like to see more volume. But this is what you're looking for. Goes up, pulls back right before a break above $15. Then, you know, you could use $15 as a good stop area. You know, it's a bit overextended on a 5-minute now, so this may want to reverse. Look at how far away it is from that 1502. All right, guys, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. So let's watch CVSI. Again, tweezer tops right now, potentially on a 5-minute, right below that 297, so be very careful. 5-minute on SOI, got to be careful. I'd watch for a little bit of a pullback here on a 5-minute for a possible entry. These doji and spinning top candles are a little bit risky. So I'd like to see price move back a little bit to the 9 EMA and get more volume. Needs more volume. All right, I'll be back in a few moments, guys. All right, I'm back, everybody. So, CVSI, look at this. Resistance right at that 297. Don't be surprised if this reverses and falls back down right at resistance at 297. So watch for this to potentially reverse. Needs this 9 EMA on the 5-minute to catch up to push price above. Bit overextended, so watch for possible reversal. All right, so pump. Keep an eye on this one. So pump, right here. Remember I was saying earlier, it's got this weird high wave candle, but it's kind of moving down, holding this 9 EMA. Now watch this one right here, possibly setting up for an ascending triangle on a 5-minute. Again, this yo-yo effect, got to be careful, but needs to break the 1623. It's getting some volume. See if it can break out over that 1623 area. So this one, maybe doing an ascending triangle. Needs to get above 1623. And if it can, then look up for 1669. So kind of a double bottom pattern. Needs to go, again, it's got to contend in this area, these wicks right up until 1660s range. But, again, it's one to keep an eye on. These ascending triangles, you have to be very careful because they have a very, like a yo-yo effect right here. So at this point, I'd kind of just draw my trend line right up over in here. Kind of like this. So I'd use that 9 EMA as my guide. So it kind of goes up, pulls back down, up, right back down. Now I want to watch this thing, see if price can get above that 1620s area. CVSI, very careful here. Watch for potential short down. Later, Red. Have a good day, bud. Again, right below that 297 area. Support and resistance, guys. Breaks out above 289. Goes up right to resistance, 297. And now be careful. At this point, you'd want to see maybe a possible bull flag, pull back here on a 5-minute, wait for this 9 EMA to catch up, then watch for a possible break of that 297. But you got to be careful of this red spinning top candle. Could it go and break out? Sure. It's just you got to be careful because it is very overextended. I'm going to move pump over here. And now you got to be careful. Again, maybe double topping. Needs a 9 EMA to catch up and price out. Torque. Again, this one broke out about 1597 or 1497. At this point, let's look at this one. This one's got some room now up to potentially $16. Let's watch here in a 5-minute. Like to see it pull back a little bit, but it might not. So you see you had this kind of, what was it, kind of a cup and handle-ish. You can see it broke out above this $15. Like to see it continue. Again, it's a little bit overextended on a 5-minute. Let's zoom into a 1. Yeah, kind of this cup and handle to the side. Right in this area was your shot right here. 1496 up here. Now it's a little bit, because it's getting overextended, now it gets very choppy up here. So, got to be careful and watch for, you got that kind of that high wave candle. So this is like your spot right here, right above 15 bucks. You know, 15 bucks up to 1538. Not bad move. Again, under the radar, 200,000 shares. You know, if you were trading 1,000 shares of this, you could have made, you know, 30-something cents just off this one little breakout over here. That's why our watch lists are really good, guys. Like, these are ones, again, if you wait. Again, you were waiting probably, now depending when you got in, but if you were to be safe around above 15 bucks, got in for a potential break above over here, you're waiting to 10:30. You know, it took an hour. But, you know, you wait an hour for a breakout, you know, that happens, you make 20, 30 cents. you know. Again, you'd like to see a little bit more volume than 200,000, but if you're just buying 1,000 shares and you scalped, you know, $300, not bad. All right, I'm going to look at some of these other ones right here. So on a 5-minute, I'd want to see this thing pull back a little bit. Very overextended. I'd like to see this 9 EMA catch up. See if it can hold, maybe give you a little bit of a pullback on a 5-minute. Hold above that $15 area, maybe a smaller candle to look for possible reentry. All right, so MYND. So this one's a little bit crazy right now. High days at 278. Oops. Some support right here on that 256. Let's look at the daily. Right around that 267, that 200 SMA is struggling right around that area. Watch over here, by the way. Watch if it bull flags and pump for a possible break above 1623, or watch if it fails. I want to see this 9 EMA catch up. Possible bull flag break of 1623. And now it's contending with this wick right in here, so it's got that indecision right now. I'm not loving it right now. Let's look at some other ones. SLJ, don't like that pattern. CRMD. Bit overextended. Watch it to potentially pull back to that 67 marker. Let me look at the daily. And it's got 77 resistance. Got through some support right around that 65. This one broke out. You want to see with this one for CRMD. Want to see it hold that 67-ish marker right here. And there's 77 resistance. So I'd like to see a better, oh, that's 15-minute. Let me look at a 5-minute. So price broke out here. You can see 72 cents. Now it's pulling back. Watch if this gives you a potential bull flag entry, a smaller candle. It needs this 9 EMA to catch up on the 5-minute. If so, then that might be one to keep an eye on with 77 cents resistance. But got to be careful right here. Needs it to pull back over here and hold that 67 cents. Keep an eye on pump right here. This may be again forming. Got to keep an eye on a 5-minute. Needs a little bit more volume, but it's slowly grinding. Watch this 9 EMA if it can catch up, and see if this is going to bull flag for a possible break of 1623. CVSI, man, this still is creeping. $3 now. It needs to get above $3. So this is your fake out candle a little bit right here. This red spinning top was going to fake you out. And it should fake you out. Makes sense, but now you can kind of do this, right? You can do this now you can do this trend line like this right here. So now you got kind of this rising wedge pattern. Be really careful there around that $3 marker. This is tough. It's one of those diagonal 5-minute like flags on a 5-minute that you got to be very careful of. Needs to get above $3 and hold. Right here, keep an eye on pump. Needs to get above 1623. So again, if you guys are watching me, you'll see that I'm showing you a lot of 5-minute setups. I'm looking for, again, good setups on a 5-minute, and then you're looking at your entry on a 1-minute. You can take what I'm doing right here and just do it on a 1-minute and get in, get out, if that's a matter of your preference, right? I'm trying to teach you guys the safest method, right? Look for a good daily breakout, look for a good 5-minute setup, then look for your entry on a 1-minute. There's some of you guys that may see this and be like, oh, this is too slow, and you'll go and you'll trade something like a SSLJ, like, again, who just said that? Falcon said, bought SSLJ at 215, sold at 227, right? So if we look at SSLJ, keep an eye on pump. There we go. Got to get above 1623. There it goes. Watch the retest at 1624 right now. Needs to hold. Watch for a possible retest. So at this point, needs to hold 1624. Look at that. Careful as doji. Again, right below $3 on CVSI. But go back to SSLJ, right? So, SSLJ, you'll see, high day 269. Pattern sucks on a 5-minute. Garbage pattern. Just ugly. But if you go to a 1-minute, and let's see what Falcon said. 215 out at 227. Where did he buy it? Falcon, what time did you get in at? 10:32. Right, maybe. Dang. I'm not sure where you got in at, Falcon, or what time you got in at. Got to be careful with this one, right? Because this one, if you're in, I don't know where you got in, but this is dangerous. Not, pattern's not good. Now, if you got in over maybe at the break of this red candle, 223, sold out here, 222, possibly there. Just the pattern's just not very hot. 1037.58 you got in. 1037.58. Woo. So right in here, you have some cojones, Falcon. Very risky. See, guys, this you got to be very careful. So good news is that the trade worked out for you. Bad news, all these moving average lines are trading completely sideways. 1037.58 right in here. Now, I can see what you're thinking. Maybe you got in, well, maybe you would have gotten in at the break of this candle, but look, this would have shook you out. So it worked. You got to bounce off VWAP. I can see what you were doing. But you got to be careful with this, guys. You want to see more of something like this, where the moving average lines are separating. Kind of a bull flag breakout like this, where the moving average lines are separating. Again, 227. You would have made maybe 10 cents up here. You're looking for more of this, the moving average line separations. When you're looking sideways like this, very, very dangerous and risky. Glad it worked out for you, but super risky in here. You want to see stuff like this. Moving average lines start to separate, kind of a bull flag breakout. Let's see if... yeah, other than that, I don't really... That may have been the one I liked the best over in here. Pump slowly grinding. So needs to hold that 1624-ish area. No problem, Falcon. Yeah, just trying to teach you guys. Got to be careful when those moving. You want to see moving average line separation, right? You want to see it choose a direction. You want to see it choose it on the way up or on the way down. You don't like. It's very, very risky when you're trading this sideways. You're not getting a good pattern. You want to see like kind of it grinding up like this and get those bull flags. Kind of like what I saw on, what was it, pump? Kind of like this, right? So you want to see it, see the moving average lines are separated right here. Kind of goes up, pulls back to the moving average line, separation. You can kind of see a bull flag, an ascending triangle, getting near these moving average lines. You want to see this. This is where it gets like a yo-yo, right? This is where it's messy, very choppy. Now the moving average lines start to separate, kind of moves up, consolidates back. Boom, you can get in right in, you know, you're risking 1621 down to 1690. Well, you're risking 2 or 3 cents right here, so it's smaller risk. This thing goes, it breaks out. Again, it's only up 10 cents now, but this is the stuff you're looking for, right? These ascending triangles, these bull flags. But this is just, it's too risky. Now, you can see maybe some separation starting. Let me, come on. You can see the moving average lines pinching. See if they start to separate and can push price up now. But you guys see this? It starts to cross over here. And then you can kind of get in. And once the moving average line starts to cross, like I like this pattern better when you can see this flat top forming right here. You know, if you got in right around this area, and this candle on the break, 1621 up to here, 1632, you're up 10 cents, but now you're kind of riding the 9, right? You're getting closer, you're trading the patterns. MYND, I mean, this one right here, I don't really like the pattern. So there we go. It's pump. Careful now again. Needs this 9 EMA to catch up. And pump has resistance. Next up at 1660s range. So looking at a 5 minute on pump. And this thing's kind of grinding away. Watch for a possible pullback. At this point, I'd wait for a little bit of a pullback on pump. But this is a perfect example, guys, of our watch list where you can trade something off of our watch list. Most people are not watching it because they're all watching these stocks right here. MIND, SSLJ, CRMD, CVSI. You know, they're all distracted over in here. Where meanwhile, you could watch a pattern like pump, let it form, look for a breakout, be patient, not a ton of volume, slowly grinding in. But if you're buying 1,000 or 2,000 shares, you should be able to get in, get out. And, you know, you're trading patterns and setups right here. This took out a little bit over an hour to form, getting a good breakout. You're trading patterns rather than like, you know, look at, you know, on something like MIND, if you're looking at a 5 minute, pattern's garbage, right? Look at the 5 minute pattern on, let's do this. So, the pattern on a 5 minute sucks on MIND. You can zoom in on a 1 minute, maybe find an entry. It's just it's a mess. It's a roller coaster. Maybe right in here. Maybe right around 236 up to here. This would have been a possible good move right in here. But you're dealing with all this garbage in here. Very, very difficult. Very challenging to trade. SSLJ, again, a roller coaster. Yo-yo. Have to be so quick. The patterns, it's very, again, the opening bell, right here, you had this 5-minute shooting star. So literally for the rest of the morning, you're dealing and contending with that shooting star. It's very risky. AWX, where's that piece of garbage? I mean, yeesh. Ascending triangle, pre-market, looks like that thing's going to break out, right? Super overextended, just takes a complete dump. Bear flagging all morning. You're dealing with messes and, you know, this mess and this, the halts, up and down, right? Now you can zoom in. You know, maybe you buy it. I mean, like this, you can see possible reversal. Like, oh, maybe I'll get in on this bear flag reversal. But look at this candle, 14.21 down to 12.11. That's like a $2 risk right there, just to move back to the moving average lines. Now, it might be starting to reverse here now, but you just got to. It's just. This is like, you play a stock like this, man, you're risking your brokerage account. Freddie says, exactly, Lucian. These 5-minute pattern trades keep my heart rate way down. Haha. Another 10-cent winner. I'll take it. Exactly. Guys, that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Again, Dan loves these crazy low floaters. He's like, again, he's in and out in seconds. Guys, you can make a ton of money on these low floaters trade in the 1 minute, getting in and out in 10 and 15 seconds. All right? Dan likes trading those. I don't like them. I like this. I like finding the pattern, letting it form, defining my risk. Now, again, I don't like this garbage right here. I don't like that high wave and this choppiness. So this took a ways to form. But then you can see, okay, this hammer candle right here on the 5-minute held support. I can see, okay, 16.08 down to $16. You know, I can see, okay, there's a test here, test here, test here. You know, am I willing to risk 8 cents, 16.08, what's high of day? 16.23. Am I willing to risk 8 cents for the potential break of high of day? What is that? My math sucks today. 16 plus 8, 24. So yeah, this is kind of a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. Am I willing to risk 8 cents for the potential to make close to 16, right? So it's close to a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. You have a 5-minute setup right here. It's holding and testing support. You know, I might risk right over here, 16.08. Break right up here. It's still holding, right? I could, again, take my profits up here, 16.08 to 16, you know, 30. I'd say this is a shooting star in a 5-minute. I'd be careful here, 16.08 to 16.36. That's what, 28 cents. You know, by playing a pattern, right? Might take a risk on something. I don't love this pattern, but it's kind of a symmetrical triangle as well. If you look, I'm not a huge fan of symmetrical triangles. I like more bull flags and ascending triangles, but it's kind of got somewhat of a symmetrical triangle. This one's a little bit too choppier. But again, if I risk and it went against me, you know, on one that's nobody's really looking at, pump, it's a higher low float stock, or it's a higher float stock. I'm trading a pattern right here on an intraday on the 5-minute. Let's look at the daily. A daily chart. Oh, yeah. I got all these lines are driving me crazy. So on a daily, I can see a double bottom, right? So I see a pattern, clearly defined pattern. I can see, you know, clearly defined resistance on that double bottom, right around that 1670s range. So kind of a double bottom. Look to break out. It's got above that $16 this morning, right in this range here. Again, did that, and it traded a little bit messy for a little while. Then I see this hammer. I'm like, all right, maybe I would take a look at this. You know, 200,000 volume, I like a little bit more. But it's like, okay, you know, and then just getting above VWAP, and there's your trade. Nobody's watching it. Pump's only got 262,000 volume. Nobody's watching it. But I'll tell you what, you're not going to get caught in a pump. You're not going to get caught in a halt with pump unless something crazy happens, right? This thing's not going to pump and dump. It's going to slowly grind up, make your, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 cents. And meanwhile, you're trading more of a pattern. Again, I'd like to see it better, but You know, again, today, guys, look. This is this is garbage. Look at this, the futures today. Just a bunch of a yo-yo effect here. Yay, right? Then you got to zoom in to the daily, and why is it doing this, right? Price breaks out of this blue line, the symmetrical triangle breaks out, comes back and retests, and what is it doing? The good old yo-yo effect here and testing support right between the 9 and the 13, indecision mode on the futures, breaks out of the symmetrical triangle, comes back down, retests. So today is again trading sideways, that crazy indecision mode. When it's indecision mode, it affects stocks, and this is where you get all this garbage that you see here. But at least with something like this, you know, might have to wait an hour to take a trade, but I'm not going to get caught in some crazy setup on something that's not. Again, just look at a few of these and I'll wrap it up. 5 minute on MYND, pattern's garbage. SSLJ, pattern is garbage. CRMD, this is better. CRMD, right here, you may have possibly taken a trade down in here near the 9 or down in here, not out here. Maybe forming a bull flag here and not. Oh, now it's not looking so hot. So again, you're looking for these like to hold support, this 9 EMA, right? You may have taken a trade down in here or down in here. Scalped your 10 cents. Take your profits out here. So I like this a little bit better. But still has kind of a double top pattern over here as well. Top here, top here. So you got to be careful. But I like this a little bit better. CVSI. So CVSI had your flat top. So again, it was a little bit overextended on a 5 minute, but you had your ascending triangle right below $3. And again, this one's still moving. So this one still has no close below the 9 EMA. So at least here, there's a pattern. Right here, ascending triangle, flat top break, comes back down, and then you may have taken another one right here on this hammer, right above 297. At this point now, it needs to hold $3. $3, very important area. You guys seeing this? These patterns, very important. This one right here, again, you can see, you guys see I have a 5 minute chart set up. You can see again, kind of yo-yo effect, these ascending triangle breakouts. Right? So look at these setups. Very important. Tate. Tate, don't like it. Does have kind of a symmetrical triangle. Don't like the pattern. EMPH. So you had kind of your bull flag right here. You can see a double bottom right in here on a 5 minute. Then you can see this one little candlestick right in here, this 571 on a 5 minute. Go back over to here. Again, a little bit risky on a 5 minute. Overextended. But at least you can see, moves up. Kind of a small 5 minute little candle here. 570 down. You know, down to previous close. It looks far away, which it kind of is, but previous close is only 10 cents away. So maybe you would have risked on this bull flag, even though it was a little overextended. You may have risked because, you know, previous close was only 10 cents away from this. And so you may have been risking 10 cents. And you can see $6 is up here. So right at this point, $5.70 to $6 is 30 cents. Would you risk potentially 10 cents to make 30? Yeah. You know, again, I don't like how it's a little bit overextended right here, but it's something, again, you can see, well, cup, maybe handle right here. Maybe instead of using 570 or 5 previous close, maybe you would have risked a stop below this 567 as your stop. And look, see what it did. It went and broke out, came right back down to that area and retested it. And now you have kind of a double top right now. So now it's looking a little bit, got to be careful. This is a top here, maybe a top here. Watch out for a potential short back down to this area. Now you got to see, again, patterns. Cup, handle, breaks out, comes back and retests. Buyers come back in at support, right back up. This area is lower than this. Now you have a potential double top. If it can't break above $6, now you have that support down that 570s. But you got to find these patterns, guys. Sometimes you're going to sit on your hands a lot, and the patterns are going to suck, and you're just not going to trade. But you're better off not trading than blowing up your account. Again, if you do not know patterns, you have no business trading. Very simple, right? I kind of use this analogy of a surgeon, right? You just get out of, school? Medical school, right? You get out of medical school. Are you going to go cut someone open by yourself, right without any help, right? You're going to go right the moment you get out of, right when you get out of medical school, you're going to go perform open heart surgery on somebody without any practice? Heck no. You're going to get guidance. You're going to get practice with a professional, work with a professional doctor next to you, whatever, guiding you. He's going to teach you how to open someone up and do it right. That's why you need to practice in a paper account. Making hundreds of trades. Hundreds. Looking at thousands of charts. Don't be buying some stock because some guru is pumping it. It's going to blow up your account. Perfect example, AWX. You know how many people are crying right now? Let's look at this. Let's do this. Let's look at this. There we go. AWX. I'm sure some people are buying in here. But perfect example, guys. You want to wake up and you want to see perfect example, HMNY. Bunch of garbage. Look at this. How many people that are brand new you think are holding right out here? See that high wave candle? That's a lot of broken marriages right now. Not good. Not making fun of things, guys, but this is how do you explain to your husband or wife that you bought out here? How do you explain this? You know how many people are buying out here? The gurus and the Balis are not. Bali, the people are living out in Bali. Trading gurus, the ones that have their Maseratis and private jets. They ain't buying out here, guys. You know who's buying out here? The newbie that doesn't know what's going on. That's too lazy to learn trading themselves, and they want somebody to tell them where to buy and where to get in, get out. Guys, I don't mean to be insulting, but if you're new and you're looking for somebody to tell you where to buy or you're going to sell, or where to buy and where to sell, you're going to end up like this. If you don't learn trading yourself, you are going to buy out here because some guru is buying and making money, and you're going to blow up your brokerage account, and you're going to have a world of hurt. You're going to have a world of problems because somebody's buying out here. Many people are buying out here, and it's not the Maserati people. It's not the private jets. It's not the gurus. It's not the Balis and the Instagram models and all that crap. It's the newbie right here getting trapped up here. Remember, the stock market is a game of buyers and sellers. Someone has to win. Someone has to lose. The big traders. I'm seeing the comments. Yeah, I'm trying to keep your head screwed out tight. Who do you think? Guys, explain this. Explain this to your husband and wife right now. Explain the fact that you didn't tell them that you snuck into some guru's trading room and you're spending a card payment a month, and you snuck your car down payment out of your savings account to buy their course, right? I'm speaking to some of you guys. Some of you guys are doing this right now. You're hiding from your husband or your wife that you put down a car payment, bought some guru's course, and now you're paying a car payment a month on their membership fees. And then you just, because that guru is making money down over here, you're going to go in and your $20,000, your $25,000 account, you snuck in there some extra money, maybe 5, 10 grand, whatever it is. And now you're buying this high wave candle And what are you doing? HMNY, because it's going to be the next, who the heck knows, it was Movie Pass or whatever it was, right? And here you go. What's it done? Look it. Look it, right out here. Look at here. $1 on some reverse split or something. I don't even, garbage. So here you go, guys. Explain this to your husband or wife. Explain that. Yep. Just like, oh, right here. Well, Rob, I'll probably tick somebody off right now. Bitcoin, right? I'm sure somebody's going to be ticked off at me for bashing Bitcoin. I'm not bashing Bitcoin. I don't know what's going to do long term. This is a crappy chart. It's a descending triangle. What do you do? How do you explain this to your husband or wife? Right or how when you buy out here? Let me put my entire life savings. Guys, we know somebody that cashed out their 401k and put a huge amount of money. Put a big amount of it. They took their 401k, they cashed it out, took their penalty on it. So they took their 401k, say this again, took the whatever that penalty was on their 401k, and said and bragged to a bunch of people that they were buying Bitcoin and putting like the majority of that money into Bitcoin. I don't remember when that was, but it was somewhere out in this area, right here. They'll never say that they probably lost all their money. So they were either pumping and lying, right? Or they took a bath and they're crying. But I think, again, Bitcoin pumpers all over the place. So how do you explain this? Right? All the way down. This is why, guys, if you're like, what should I do? If you're asking when you should buy and when you should sell, number one, you shouldn't be trading. You need to be studying. And that's why you come to work every day, come and join our rooms, and learn. Support and resistance. And if this all looks like hieroglyphics to you and you don't understand it, then welcome to the stock market, and you're going to be studying for the next few months and busting your butt learning this stuff. This stuff does not become second nature. You don't go to medical school. You don't, right? You don't go to medical school to become a doctor overnight. You got to go to what? I don't know about being a doctor, but I think it's a lot. You got to spend quite a few years, right? I think it's more than a 4-year degree. What is it like? Medical school, become a doctor, then you got to go to like XYZ school and then some other school, right? I don't know. Lots of schooling, right? And then practicing and all that good stuff, right? So what makes you think, if you're new, that you're going to come into the stock market and start making money right away? You're not. Again, statistically, you're in the 90% of people that are going to fail. 90+% of traders fail. I'm not telling you that to discourage you to not trade. I'm saying if you want to become a good trader, get ready to roll up your sleeves and work and come to work every day. This is the stock market. It's up and down, and this right here. There's years like this since the beginning of this year. Or look right here. This is frustrating. This is 7 months of a yo-yo, up and down, up and up and down, up and down. And this will probably go this way, probably through the midterms, right? So the midterm elections, all this indecision. We all want the stock market to do this, right? This is gorgeous. Look at this. Beautiful. Who doesn't want this? It's beautiful. This is fun to trade. This, not so much. And this is where you got to adjust your strategies, learn how to trade. You might not be going long term on stocks. You might be holding for a day, maybe two. Adjusting your strategies. And what are you guys all talking about? SSL, SSLJ. Residency, that's it. Sorry, guys. 7 to 9 years. See, I don't know my terminology. SSLJ. Still choppy, guys. Got to be super quick. Maybe on that inverted hammer, and you got to get above that 240s range. 6 years, right? Welcome to Walmart at age 85. So that was my rant. Now Now look for SSLJ. Again, this thing, watch for that possible. So guys, why is SSLJ, before I close, acting all, you know what, crazy today? Well, first of all, the market's down. Second of all, it's smack in the middle of a gap on a daily gap, which is what? Volatility, which makes it crazy. So you have, right? So it's smack dab in the middle of this gap. You know? Will the gap fill? You know, statistically it says yeah, at some point it will. Will it be today, tomorrow, next week? I don't know. Lots of volume. But again, lots of this choppiness. And, you know, you can see some support here at 196. See if you can fill that gap around $3. You got this yo-yo effect. All right, so that's that for today. What do I got here for you guys? So, if you guys are not a member yet of our community on Facebook, you will see we just broke 31,000 members. We started off with 40 people. It was Tim's stock market journey about 2 years ago. Tim's stock market journey with 40-something people. Now we got 31,000. You guys are awesome. Great community. Come and join us on Facebook if you haven't already. Again, we are the Bullish Bears. We call ourselves Stock Market Community just to differentiate ourselves from our fan page. So make sure you like and follow our fan page and come join our community on Facebook. And if you're a freebie lurking around, spying on us, seeing if we're worth it, all that good stuff, you can check out our website over here. Again, Bullish Bears. Link is below. We have a day trading room up here, a swing trading room, a futures room, open 24 hours a day. So when I cut this stream and I'm done for the day, I'm peacing out, taking a nap. Actually, today, I think I'm going to get to lay in the sun today. Finally, we get a day of sun in Connecticut. Do you guys realize we're getting into August and summer's almost over? The moment it hits August, it's pretty much over. It's depressing, especially in Connecticut. But anyways, I'm going to go lay in the sun, take a nap, maybe do a watch us video for you guys later. I'm going to try, yes, I'm getting a massage tonight because I stand all day teaching you guys. So getting a massage tonight, and I'll give you guys a watch us video beforehand. I will do my best to. And that's that. So I'll probably come back and do that. So again, day trade room, swing trade room, futures room, do our watch list each night, our trade alert setups. Guys, thousands of dollars worth of courses. Right? So at least you don't have to like lie to your husband or wife about where you're spending a few $1,000, right? Just go over here. Go to our website. These courses are all free. It's not bait or switch. They're free. Just click on a course and you'll see they go right to YouTube. So you don't have to hide to your husband or wife and spend all that money on courses. And then you can come over here and click subscribe if you're not a member yet. And you can say, honey, husband or wife, honey, sweetheart, I'm taking the Bullish Bears free courses. Show them right? Guys, you know what? It's attractive when you're putting some work and hard effort in, right? You come home at night, you want to do something better with your life instead of trying to sneak hard, sneak and, sneak the money around or whatever. Just be like, hey, babe, I want to learn the stock market. Guess what? These Bullish Bears, they give me free courses. Put a couple hours in at night, right? Show some effort. You want to do something? You want to do something extra with your life? You don't have to hide it. Take your courses, and then when your husband or wife is like, "What did you pay for that?" Be like, "Nothing. They're free right here. Nothing's free." Well, yes, it is. Take a look. It's on YouTube. No, okay, interesting. Put some time or effort in. Don't quit after a week, right? Don't be like most people get in and then you get excited about it and quit a week later. Discipline yourself, man, right? This is an education. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme in the stock market. You're going to have to invest and bust your butt and learn. So come in and spend a few months. Show like you're putting effort in. And then, as of right now, the good news is we're only $10 a month. So you can say, hey, husband or wife, I want to look and practice in the stock market. Bullish Bears right now are only $10 a month, and I get free courses. So you can lock in for $10 a month or $100 a year. And in a couple weeks, few weeks, we're going to be more than $10 a month, but we'll still be reasonably priced. So you might as well lock in now at $10 a month, $99 a year, and learn the stock market. That's what I got for you guys. So, all right, nap time. What else? I think that's all I got. Oh, keep an eye on over here, guys. We put a lot of content over here. We're constantly updating over here, so lots of content over here. Keep an eye on this. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys a little bit later. Stay safe trading, and I'll catch y'all later.